How's it going, guys? Football-ManagerYouthDevelopment.co.uk here. In this episode, we're going to have a real quick recap on the things that I do to develop youth players on Football Manager. During the course of this episode, we are going to be taking a look at youth player training, tutoring, and match time. On your screen at the moment, you'll be seeing a regen that I got through on my MK Don save file, a guy called Kieran Austin. To just give you a little bit of a brief overview, Kieran Austin came through to my youth team when we were in League One, I believe it was. And so, yeah, he come through the youth academy with really, really good potential. But as you can see on your screen at the moment, he's not exactly a world beater. Even at 17, you know, he certainly had good potential. But I kind of knew the things I wanted to sort of do with this player just to improve him as much as possible. At the end of this episode, we are going to kind of review how he did develop. It's actually only in a couple of years worth of development, so not exactly a long time period, but yeah, you can certainly see the results of the things that I was doing with this player. I'm going to be breaking this video down into 3 sections, and the first section that I'm going to be touching on is the youth player training. So if we have a look at Kieran Austin, when he came through to the youth team, although he has quite good physical attributes on some of the areas, like strength of 14, good jump and reach and good balance, I wasn't particularly too happy with his stamina and his pace. So the first thing I focused on was making sure that he was getting really, really good training on his stamina and his pace and acceleration. So to do this, what I did is went to the training section and put him on stamina training and make sure that he's on high for his stamina training. The idea with youth training is what you will do, say you did put the player on stamina training on high, as soon as he does start to increase that attribute, you just switch it up onto another attribute when you're pretty happy that that attribute has increased. And what you're going to be doing is just doing it on a rotational basis, so just make sure that you're checking up on the player, probably on a monthly basis would be my advice. So as soon as his stamina has increased, just put him on training to increase their pace and acceleration. The second key area to review is player tutoring. So you can see here when Kieran was 17 years old, he had a determination attribute of 10. Unfortunately, I can't really remember what his personality was at the beginning of the game, but I certainly do know it was something that I did want to get improved. To be maybe like a more professional personality type. So yeah, making sure that your youth player has a really, really good tutor. Obviously, what you want to be doing is just getting them tutored by someone who has a professional personality and someone who's got really, really high determination. The third area that you need to be focusing on with youth player development is their match time. So you can see here that I'm making sure that Kieran's getting a lot of game time, especially, you know, it is actually important for them to play for the under 21s and the under 18 teams just to make sure that they're match fit. If a player's match fit and his morale's pretty good, then you can look to put him into your first team. And obviously, the more games that he does play for your first team, it's going to be beneficial to him. A few things to just kind of mention here that you don't need to be putting your youth players in if they're going to be playing badly. Obviously, it's going to be pretty bad for morale if your youth player's playing horrendously and he's really, really completely out of his depth. You need to be looking to play your youth players against teams that you're likely to be beating, and also play him in games when his morale's high and he's likely to be performing at his best. So after just 2 years of focusing on Kieran's training, tutoring and match time, you can see it now at the age of 19 he has developed into quite a decent player. You've got to remember here that I got Kieran when we were in League One, and on this particular screenshot that you're seeing at the moment, this is whilst we were playing in the Championship. So being MK Dons, we certainly didn't have the best facilities or training facilities. So yeah, if you are playing at a club where you do have the better facilities, you can just imagine the type of increases you're likely to see here. So I mentioned at the beginning I wasn't too happy about Kieran's stamina and his pace. We can now see that his stamina has gone up to 13, pace up to 12, and acceleration up to 14. Now, when I was playing, Kieran's probably best position, I'll say, is a target man. He's got the strength for 17 and he's 6'1" tall as well. So yeah, I did use him as a target man and he did actually do really, really well for me. You can also see that his determination has now gone up to 16. That's an increase of 6 attribute points from where we started at 10 when he was 17. So his tutoring worked absolutely fantastically, which was brilliant. Also, you can see that I did play him in quite a few games as well. So we're only up to the December time here. He started 13 league games for me and also come as a sub 3 times as well. You can see here that his average rating is 6.96, which for a 19-year-old is not too bad considering it's only in the Championship. Also, you may notice that he's actually been capped for England under 19 level, so the training and sort of, time that I have put into Kieran, it has made him, turned him into an under 19 England international, and at Championship level I'm pretty happy with that development. So this was just one player that I just wanted to show you guys, just to kind of show you the principles of the things you need to be focusing on. So just to recap, just focus on training, tutoring, and make sure that you're giving them as much game time as possible. I'm going to call this the end of the episode here, guys, but I'd certainly like to hear how you guys focus on developing youth players on your Football Manager files. Please do comment in the section below if you're watching this on YouTube. Also, do press the like button and, of course, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back very, very soon for some more Football Manager videos. Thanks for watching.